Good morning to all. So today is the second day, and today I will be talking about mm, where do we actually get the model, where to find the model, and how to get it. So can you see? Uh, can you not yet? Okay. So, yeah. Can you see my screen? Can anybody respond?
Yes,
No,
yes.
Shikha, it's not.
No,
Uh,
no.
I can't
If
see your screen actually.
I can see.
Yes, now it's there.
Okay, great. Very good. So we'll be talking about this. It's a very short thing, but before we start, uh, I hope everybody has their account in HPC, either Aditya or Pratyush. If possible, kindly open your terminals so that we can do it on the go, and then everybody will have a copy of ODTM by the end of this talk. So should I give some time to start to log in into your terminals? Yes.
Yes,
No.
5 minutes, Shikha.
Okay. Please go ahead. Anika, let me know once you're done. So then I will proceed. Others also, please do that. Okay. I mean, this time is for everybody.
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. So Prajesh, in your Bitbucket account, I saw that it is the first, I mean, the previous version which we all have used until now, but it does not have those compilation scripts for Pratyush.
Yeah, I think we we did that, right? In
Yes, yes,
compilation in Pratyush.
yes, yes,
Yeah, then I might not have updated that to
yes,
the Bitbucket.
yes. So you do that later. I've also
Yeah,
ported it to my GitHub, but I'm
okay,
still cleaning it a little bit to make it
okay,
more.
okay. Yeah,
Yes.
actually we can shift to GitHub sometime later from
Okay.
Bitbucket.
Yeah, that is also okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Anika, are you done?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, others, everybody has logged into their accounts. Mayur, Tanvi,
Ma'am. I'm doing.
okay, you are still doing. Tanvi,
So you have
so
this ODTM on both Aditya and Pratyush?
yeah, you can port it anywhere. It works on both. I mean, it is just like any other model which will work on any HPC.
Okay.
But it is right now in a repository, and I will just take you through how to get it into your accounts.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm starting now. Please continue to log in the backend if you want to. And once you're, I mean, keep focusing here as well. So before I start, I will just talk a little bit about a version control system. So what is a version control system? It's basically a software that helps us to work together. It helps us to collaborate and maintain a complete history of the work. As in right now, let's say we have ODTM, which was developed long back. So now every time we make an edit to it, we can save it and we can always go back to the first version again. Many people can keep on working, can work together on the same model and parallel, I mean, all together. So it is a very good tool for collaborating as well as for saving the histories. So there are two types of version control systems. One is centralized, which requires a server where your entire history and software and the code is kept. And then there's a distributed or decentralized. So we'll be talking more about decentralized version control system. So, everybody please mute yourself if it is fine. So here is a very simple example. For example, suppose we initially have a file with an array defined in list1 and then append 4 and print. So this was your initial file, which you will send it to the VCS. And then you made some changes and then you can write a message, added a line and then save it again. Then you do some more changes and making changes. So all these three things will be saved in your version control system. This will be version 1, version 2, version 3, and so on. And at any point of time, you can come back to a previous version if you want to. Suppose you found an error, you find that there is an error in this version. So you may want to go back to this and then start debugging, I mean, correcting or modifying again. So that is the biggest benefit of version control system. And the second thing, which is a very good benefit, is these messages which you see here. So when you write these messages, make sure that, those messages make sense to you. So after a few years, when you come back to the code and you again check your messages, every such message will tell you what each version has different in it as compared to the previous one. So in this way, you can very easily get back to the work where you can just see your log and find out what you were doing and where you were. So there are different. So Git is one such version control system. And this is the basic workflow where you have a working directory and you do some do some operation and then put it into a staging area and then commit it and send it to a repository. So what are these three terms? So wherever you are working, suppose you are working on a problem, on a code, on a model, then that model directory is your working directory. Whenever you make some changes, then you are actually doing some add operation. Now, before you send it to a repository, before you try to save it forever in your history, you have to put it into a staging area. So this staging area, you can send some files to staging area, and together you can say that you can write some message here. I mean, once you send your files from staging area to repository, that is where you have to write messages. So once you have made some changes and put them into staging area, together you can send all the files to the repository with a message. So this is the final stage where you are actually saving your files forever. So a more detailed picture is present on the right. So you have a working directory, you have a staging area, then you have a repository. Let's talk only until here right now. From your working directory, to send anything to staging area, there's a command called git add. And from the staging area, if you're sure about your files and then you want to save it forever, then the command is called commit. So git commit. So once you do git add, after that, you git commit and then a message, and it will be saved to your local repository. At any point of time, you can go back also and you can go forward also. So these are several commands for the same: fetch, push, merge, and pull. And you can always have a remote repository as well, which can be your master repository. From where, so once you make changes, for example, I'll explain this with an example, then it will be easier. That suppose Anika and I are working on some problem. So we have the same working directory, and I am working in mine and she is working in hers. And then she is committing everything to her local repository. And I am also doing the same. But we both have extracted this working directory. I mean, we both have saved our data to a remote repository as well. At any point of time, if she feels that her version of the code is the best and it has, I mean, she has debugged a problem and she had modified and has reached a level, she can always push it to the remote repository. And now if I want to have that code, I can simply pull from here, git pull, and get those changes into my directory as well. So that is the benefit of having a remote repository. It can be shared amongst people. Local is for your own self, so that you can have a history of each of the changes which you are doing for yourself. Prajesh, please correct me if I'm wrong somewhere. Okay. So,
Yeah, you are absolutely correct.
okay. So now how do we really start with Git? Right now, until now, whatever we understood was just in the form of some flowcharts. So Git is actually already set up in both HPC. So you do not need to do it yourself. But suppose if you want to do it in your local machine, you can always install it. It is open source, and so it is freely available. So the first step is to create a new repository. Now, what is a repository actually? Just a collection of your source code. So any model you have seen has certain directories, certain files in it. So all the collection of all that is called a repository. So go to the directory wherever you want to do the version control. Suppose you already have a project on which you're working. You can go to the directory there, and to start, you do a git init. As soon as you do a git init, it will create a directory called .git, which will be hidden, and it will save everything there. So as I said earlier, you will have now that is your working directory where you did git init. In Git, they have 3 stages. There's a working directory where you do git init. There's an index stage, and then there is a head stage. So once you do git init, whatever files you want to save, you may not want to save all the files, but suppose you want to add all the files or some files, you do a git add file name, and that will send your files from the working directory to the index stage. So this is the first step where you actually add all the files. Now, once you have added few files or all the files, you would want to commit them. This will be probably your first copy. So you will write git commit -m and then a message. Make sure this message makes sense for other users as well as for you once you are looking at it after a few years or few months. And then it will be committed to the head. Now you made some more changes here again after doing the first commit. So you come back here, you do another git add and then git commit, and the next copy will be saved. The benefit in doing this is, the benefit of Git, really, one of the benefits is that it does not save all the files as such, file copies. It just saves the difference. So there is not much consumption of memory and power so much. It is only saving whatever is the difference between each commit. So you added the file name and you committed. So you saved a copy. And now if you want to send those changes to your remote repository, which I talked about in the first slide where I gave an example of Anika and I working together. Then you can git push your file to the master repository. And this master can be whatever branch. So I will not get into right now what is a branch and what is a master because so this is the basic workflow. Because those things it can be a very long tutorial for that. So, and there are multiple tutorials which are available on internet. So you can always go and check those out. But these are the most basic things which you can do always, and it will always save your project from, in case if you just delete everything, then you can just get back everything. You don't need to worry about doing an RM star. So, and now to get the log, you can do a git log. Git log will show you all the commit messages which you had written here. So you can go to it will have a version number and it will have your commit message. So you can identify which version to go back to in case if you did some error or something. So as I said, there is a lot of content on internet to learn Git. Here are 2-3 links, and there is a tutorial available on Git's website as well. And there are multiple, so you can just watch any YouTube videos or go through the links and you will understand a lot of things. And it is something which if you practice only then you get to know. Just going through few slides is not enough. Then there is something called GitHub. So I would like to very clearly state here that Git and GitHub are not the same thing. They are two different things. What is Git? Git is an open source version control tool. So that is what we are using in our HPC. That was designed by developers in 2005 on the Linux operating system. But GitHub is basically a company. It's a website which was found in 2008 that made tools which integrate with Git. So it is not necessary to use Git and GitHub both. I mean, if you are in HPC, you can just work with Git. But for using Git, you don't need GitHub. But for using GitHub, you definitely need Git. And apart from GitHub, suppose you don't want to use GitHub, even though it is the most popular thing which is being used across the world, everybody is using, I mean, most of the people are using only GitHub, but there are many other alternatives as well. So there is a GitLab, there is Bitbucket, and there are host your own solutions as well, like Gogs and Getia. So there are many alternatives. This is most popular. You can always use it, but it is not necessary to use this for using it. So for ODTM, when Prajesh was parallelizing it and was building it, he used Bitbucket. So we have the code hosted on Bitbucket. And that is why it is very easy to port it in whatever machine you want to. You don't need, you don't need to be in a particular server for doing this. So how to go there and how to do it is, I'll explain. But before that, I'll just reiterate whatever I said so that you understand in terms of ODTM now. Now, this repository is Prajesh's repository in Bitbucket. We will clone the version as a working copy in our directory in either Pratyush or Aditya, in wherever you have your account. Now, you will, in your course of work, you will either add or edit or move some files or do some changes. In the meanwhile, if Rajesh makes some changes here, you can always update and your working copy will be modified by the new changes which are made here, which are definitely stable. We always put stable changes here. And then you keep on working here. At some point of time, if you realize that your changes are good enough and it is still a stable model for everybody to work, you can commit your changes by using a git push and send it to the repository. Now, anybody who now clones a working copy will have your changes as well. And then this process can be repeated again and again. Suppose there are other mistakes, other bugs, or you made some more modification, and then you can again push. And whenever somebody clones, they will have all the changes which are here. So this is how basically we all work. And this is how any project should be working for it to be easy for everybody and always. Now we go to the main point where we are now going to port the model. So for this, the first step is to create a Bitbucket account. So I request everybody to now create a Bitbucket account so that you can port the model right away. You go to the Bitbucket.
Is it necessary to create a Bitbucket account? It's not, you can clone it, right? Even if you don't have a.
Yeah, but I think it is private repository in your case. That is why.
Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah.
If you can make it public, then probably they don't need to do this.
Yeah, I can make it public. Should I do it now or?
Is it? I don't know how much time will it take. Is it quick?
Anyway,
Then you.
Anyway, if everybody has to create an account in Bitbucket, it is easier to make it public.
Okay. Then it's very easy to create a Bitbucket account. You have to just go there.
Anyway, then let them make the account.
Okay. So go to the Bitbucket website and create an account. I can share my screen also to do. Yeah, it is.
Actually, if it is a private, repository, it won't be enough. The account won't be enough. I might have to give permission and all those things.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so maybe I'll make it public.
Okay. After that, do you need SSH keys and all?
No. That SSH keys are only for
Private.
write permission.
Okay. So, meanwhile, while Prajesh is making it public, you can all create a Bitbucket account.
Yeah.
This is not a. This is a public repository. ODTM. Hello.
Okay, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a public repository already.
Okay. So,
So just can you just just ask them to try clone command directly.
directly. So maybe, okay, then you have to just do this. Git clone this one, right?
Yeah.
I will write it in the chat box.
But that you cannot use it as git at Bitbucket. You have to use HTTPS.
Yes. HTTPS www.bitbucket.com .org/prajeshag/odtm.git.
I think yeah.
Okay, so
I'll just confirm it.
okay, so I am writing the command on the chat right now so that you can copy the same and put it in your terminal. Let's see if it works.
Mama created the account.
Okay, that is that may not be needed right now. So let us just check. See if you can clone, if you can do this command on your terminal, git clone, and then the link which I have sent it on chat, https://www.bitbucket.org/rajeshag/odtm.git.
Shika, can you share your screen because I'm not able to see the chat actually. I'm not
Okay,
able to open the chat box here.
just a second. Okay, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Let me make the changes. I will write it here as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Shika ma'am, I was able to clone the thing.
Great,
Yeah.
Rakesh. Very good. That means everybody can do it.
Yeah,
Probably.
it is easy.
Mayur, have you done it?
Yeah, I have to share clone this repository with SSH, right?
No, not necessarily.
No, HTTPS.
HTTPS will work. Yeah.
Mayur, just copy and paste whatever Shika ma'am put it in the chat box. It will work.
Okay. मैम सोर्स ट्री क्लोन इन सोर्स ट्री करना है ना?
Clone?
Yeah. Prajesh, do you know the answer to that?
Sorry, what was that?
Sir, clone in a source tree na? Just have to copy that clone this repository, and where I have to paste it?
You have to
Uh,
paste
ye-
it in the directory where you want. I mean, create a directory for ODTM, or you, isn't it?
You're using a terminal, right? Some
Yes.
terminal. No, I'm asking to that person.
So for me, Shika,
Yeah.
it is showing that permission denied on Prajesh.
You use what command did you use?
This first one SSH minus this T GIT.
No.
No. See,
Use this
you
one.
have to use this last one.
GIT clone.
Yes.
Git clone https : yeah, that one.
1 second.
I mean, there is. Yeah. Yeah, Mayur, you ask your doubt to Prajesh.
Yes, ma'am.
So did you use the last command to?
Yes, I think now it will work.
Mayur?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm doing.
Yeah.
I was able to do it, Shikha ma'am. It is done.
Okay, good. So let Mayur also get
Yeah, done. Yes.
done. Once Mayur is done, then we move ahead. Now, for all those who have done it, if you do an LS, there will be an ODTM directory in your that folder, in that wherever you have cloned it. Mayur,
So
are
this-
you done?
Okay, yes, ma'am. I did it. I did it in my own folder, that my use folder in the HPC.
Okay. Yes, Anika, you had a
So
question?
this Bitbucket is kind of like GitHub, like where we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
keep our, okay.
Yes.
Like we can keep our big models also, MOM and all MOM GFS like
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So if you do LS, everybody can see the model now. They will have ODTM in your directory. Now, once, so this is a lot of, it is very cluttered, but now in ODTM directory, if you go into the ODTM directory and do ls, you will see these many folders: bin, data, there's a file make odtm.sh, there's a folder called scripts, and there's a folder called source, src. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Now you make a working directory there. So you can write, mkdir work. Everybody make a directory called work there. So once you have made the work directory, go in the work directory, or go in the work directory. So cd work. Then are all of you in Pratyush? Is anybody working in Aditya? No. Everybody is in Pratyush, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good. So now in the working directory itself, make 3 more directories: input, output, and restart. mkdir input, mkdir output, and mkdir restart.
Shika,
Yes.
so you're not going through the compilation process and all?
No, probably that we will cover in the, Anju will take that, both talking about data table, diact table, everything else on
No,
in
no,
the
I
next.
mean the compilation, how to. So you got the source code, but they still don't have the executables, right?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Okay.
Executable they can do by /make. I mean, using this make script.
Yeah, yeah. So that should be done before making making a run, right? This process is to make an experiment. So
Yes,
before
yes.
that, you need the executable. So
Yeah, right. Yes. So let them just copy this and after that.
yeah,
try
sure.
So after you have made input, output, and restart directories in the work folder, now you do this. Maybe I'll write it here.
Mama added three folders in a where I cloned ODTM.
No. So where you cloned ODTM, you did an ls there, na? You found these 5 files there, 4 folders and 1 file.
Just a minute.
Go inside the ODTM folder. Now you
There
can see
I have-
5.
I can see the 5 files now.
Now you have to create a work directory inside along with these ones. So inside ODTM.
Okay.
After everybody has created input, output, and restart in the work folder itself, you run this command cp /scripts/star. Then there's a space and then a dot. So it will copy all the files in the scripts folder to this folder as well.
cp.script
Star space dot. So all the scripts file will be copied in the work folder as well. So if you see here, you will have data table, diact table. I mean, inside the work folder, you will have input, output, restart, data table, diact table, do mpp and ccombine.sh, and a few more files. Has everybody reached this stage?
Ma'am, can you tell me again the scripts command?
Yes, I will just write it here. You can see my terminal, right?
Yes, yes.
This is the command which you have to run.
cp space mm.
Yes, there's a space. cp space dot slash scripts slash star space dot.
Okay. cp omitting directory. Dot scripts. Omitting directory.
Where are you writing this command? You have to write it inside the work directory. So this is basically dot dot means going back one folder, then searching for the scripts folder
Yeah, it
and
worked.
go inside the scripts folder and copy. Star means all. So copy all. Now where, and then you have to write where to copy. So dot means this directory where you are. So it will copy all the files from the scripts directory in the working directory, in the work directory.
Okay, ma'am, done.
Done.
Yes.
Rakesh.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Already done.
Okay. Mayur.
Yes, ma'am, did.
Anika.
Shika.
Okay, great. So now you have the scripts to run it in, Aditya, to set up an experiment in Aditya. But in case of Pratyush, this is not enough. So I was trying, another set of files are needed. So I have posted all those files right now on my Google Drive, and I will share this link with you all. So make sure you copy those two files in the previous work directory as well. These files in your work directory as well. Yes. So once you have this, then your setting up an experiment part, those files will be complete. So yeah, and now Prajesh was talking about generating an executable. So how we generate an executable is we go back. We stay in the working directory. Yeah, we are right now in the working directory. We will simply do. Oh no, okay, you have to do a /make ottm.sh. Rajesh, I'm facing an error here.
Yeah, so
Oh, this is Aditya because.
yeah, that's the thing.
Ma'am, so we
Yeah,
have to load some modules before doing this, right? Because in Pratyush, it is like we have to load modules for each library.
not only
Yes.
that, maybe the script won't be. You told that, right? I mean, we haven't updated that in the Bitbucket. So,
Yes.
uh,
So maybe what we can do now is we can update the Bitbucket repository and they can clone it again. They can update it again.
Yeah.
That will
Yeah.
be easier
So,
for everybody.
yeah. Do you have that ported version here? We did it in your account.
Yes, I have it here. Yeah, this is the version.
Okay. Can you do git diff? Sorry, not git status. Git status.
Okay, actually this is this. Yeah, tell me now what to do.
Deleted.
No, this I deleted by mistake. So I restored the scripts folder again.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So then you have to commit it because it's untracked.
Yeah, so the difference is in this folder actually, CD scripts. These two files are new, ODTM submit.pbs
Yes.
and run mpp combine.sh. And there's an environmental file also, which Rakesh was just mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
So these three files they need.
Yeah, but I can see only these three files here. What about the Aditya files? Because if
Because this is in those files, ODTM submit.sh and all those are not required in Pratyush.
yeah, but if somebody wants to again install it or run it in Aditya.
Yeah, actually, so then a good thing would be to, I was also thinking about it. Maybe we can create a folder
Merge
here.
these two.
Yeah, merge these two. Yeah, that is also.
Yeah. So, So just now you cloned. I mean, you have another copy of ODTM
Yes.
which we Can you go there? So maybe we can do the merging from there itself.
Okay, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, go to scripts. Yeah, so copy the other scripts here. No, don't do. Yeah,
Yeah.
can do all, right?
Maybe I don't know. I have
Yeah,
made so many changes, so maybe I'll do one by one. PBS, then run MPP and see combine. And these three files are also here: environment, ODTM submit.pbs, and run MPP and see combine.sh.
Yeah. And can you just do one thing? Go just one step back and diff. Do we have any change in the make ODTM.sh option?
No, oh yes, we have. So I will just go back to. I think we have changed the path of the directories, those GPFS1 and all. Somewhere I have made those changes.
It might not be here then. Maybe it will be inside bin.
MKMF.
Yeah, MKMF template.
Yeah, I think I made those changes here. These paths have changed.
Yeah.
While updated there was no, but should I update it there also? Or should I create a copy?
What is that?
I mean,
There. Yeah. So you can change it there. I mean, when can you do one thing? You go there and just load that environment file.
okay.
Yeah, source.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now do make.
Dot slash.
Hmm.
No.
Still.
I think we might have to make a
Because of
pop.
the next series. Yeah, so still it is take ICC. It should take CC actually. Can you see the actually it should take this netcdf paths and all by like automatically but you don't have to give it explicitly. So
Okay.
that's not it is not taking it because here we are using ICC for compilation, which should be CC, just CC.
Okay.
Can you open that MKMF template file? Or first open this make ATM itself. Go down. Yeah, MKMF template. Open MKMF.
Okay. Yeah, CC is
Yeah, but that is commented, right?
commented. Yeah. Yes.
Can you go down? Where is it taking you? This is the last line.
No. There is CF.
Can you
Flags.
just search Yeah.
Yeah, here.
But it's in MPI. So actually, when you port it to some other machine, any machine, the file which you have to edit is this file, actually, this MKMF template file. In that, you have to, what you have to edit is basically the compiler options. So in Aditya, the compiler which we are using is MPI i4, the MPI version of Intel Fortran compiler. In Pratyush also we are using i4, but because it's a Cray machine, they have a wrapper around it, and we have to use some other name for the compiler, and the name is FTN.
FPM. Okay.
FTN. FTN. So you can, maybe you can copy these 3 lines and or comment these lines and.
Okay.
Yeah, so and make a copy of this, edit it.
So here I should change it.
FTN. FTN, yeah.
And here
CC
also
will be, CC will be just CC again. Yeah.
should I save it?
Yeah.
And I will try to make again.
Yeah, still it won't work, I guess, because there is one more place you have to change. Yeah, go inside, make ODTM.
Make?
Yeah, make ODTM. Search for CC, ICC.
ICC is not there.
No. Yeah, this one. So go to this directory, post
processing,
source,
MPPNC.
post process, MPPNC. MPPNC combine, make file, open the make file. The other one. Yeah, there is ICC there now. So change it to CC.
Okay. Wait. I'll just comment it and then do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot find.
Actually, this might be happening. I don't know. MPPNC combined doesn't work in Pratyush parallelly, right? So the difference.
Yeah.
So
I
this
think
is.
we have to command it out or something. Right?
Yes, late. So first we run the model and then we combine the outputs.
Yeah.
So how do we
So
make it together?
Open the make ODTM. You can command it out. That part.
Line.
Yeah, make. Just command the make.
Oh, okay. This I can leave it like that, maybe.
Yeah, and then you don't need these files also. Date function and that. Command that also. Yeah. Rest is.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So will we? So now can I update it there?
Just do make.
I mean, let us just check first. Yep. Executable is in. Where is the executable in source?
No, There is some error.
That's a warning.
Is it a warning? But
Yeah.
it failed actually.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
failed. Yes. Yes.
See, go to that the other folder where we ported it to Pratyush.
Okay.
Can you check the bin?
GMF.
So we are giving all these
we
NetCDF
give-
libraries.
Yes. We give
Yeah,
this.
you can copy this there, and we go to the last line where I put and FTN.
Here also
Okay.
FTN is, but ICC is, I mean, CC is
Still
MPIIC.
MPIC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can copy this file directly.
No, then I will lose the other. No, I will not lose
No,
anything.
you will not lose. You're using Git.
Template to. So I can simply copy it there.
Yeah.
Now I will do make again.
Yeah. So this big Bitbucket, we need to update this Bitbucket
Yes.
repository with the right
Yes.
scripts and all.
Yes. Then everybody can simply update, and then everyone will have the same
Yeah,
copy.
yeah. So all they have to do is just run the /make ODT.
Yes. So how do we do that so that we have a working copy of Aditya as well as a working copy of Pratyush?
Yeah,
Should we?
yeah, you can say you can create two MPP MKMF templates, one for Aditya and one for Pratyush, and
Yes.
then inside the make command, you just give either which machine you are using, Aditya or yeah.
Okay.
And,
Yes. So right now, for others, it is compiling right now to prepare an executable. Once that is done, then you can do anything. I mean, you can run all your experiments.
Ma'am, I didn't get it. What you did for
yeah. So we'll explain it again
Okay.
once more.
Okay.
Oh no, it again failed. Cannot find it.
NCDA. What is that?
Did I change something else?
Can you do this module list?
Oh, this also might be because of module conflicts.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to log out, log in, and then load all the modules of this. And after that only.
Okay. Now, can you do module list once?
Yes.
Okay, only this much, right?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will now.
If you do, source.
Source. I have 22 now, but I think we removed
Yeah.
some and then loaded others.
Yeah. It will remove Cray
Great.
programming environment and it will add Intel. Those are correct.
Okay. Why do make again? Oh,
Yeah.
done compile loaded. So where is the executable?
Executable. So it created a new directory called excc. Will be inside that.
This is the executable, right?
No.
ODTM.
That's again a directory. Go to that and now.
ODTM.exe.
Yeah.
This is the executable.
Hmm.
So this I actually in the PBS script we are already copying it. So I
Yeah.
need not copy it right
Yeah.
now.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I should explain this to everybody again.
Yeah.
So people, sorry for this thing. This happens when once we are working with the models. So right now in your work directory, you have a work, you have bin, you have data, you have make odtm.sh, you have scripts, and you have src. We made some changes which we will push to the Bitbucket account. And after some time, I'll let you know all when you can again merge your this folder with that folder. So as I was explaining in the slides, all the changes which we will make there will be cloned in your directory as well. So you don't need to do anything else extra by yourself. So once you will have that copy, it will resemble what I have right now in my account. And then you have to simply do a /make odtm.sh. As soon as you do this, in my screen, you can see that it is done compiling and it has completed very quickly because I already compiled it some time back. But for you, it will take a couple of minutes. It will do all the compilation. And after doing that, you will find a new directory called exec, which is the executable directory created. So this has your executable of the model. So just like a simple Fortran code, once you compile it, a.out is created. Similarly, here you will have, Yes, you will have in the exec folder two directories, one for FMS and one for ODTM. You go into the ODTM directory and you can see a .exe file created here. This is your executable of the model. Now you will use this to run your model. So this is how you create an executable. Now I go back to my work directory again. And here there are certain files. Once we update this, you will find some other files here as well for Pratyush. And in the next session, which we will have with Anju, she will teach how to use those files to run it in Pratyush. And then, how to set up the run. She will talk about how to set up the input files, where you will get the output, how to run the model, what commands exactly to give, how to change things in the model, everything she will be talking about in the next session. Meanwhile, we'll just update it and send you all an email, and then you can update your directories. So you will have a working copy. Any questions?
No, ma'am, we will move and then every command, then we can get, if we are having a doubt, we can talk.
Yes. You can now check out the model, except for the scripts which is used to run the model, then you already have a working copy. So, Rajesh, do I need to say anything else here if I've missed something?
No. So in the next session, we'll be doing all these, right? So we'll be covering many of these things again, I think.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's enough. So by then we'll update the Bitbucket account with the new changes, and we'll be ready for compiling the model and all. So we'll maybe in the next session we can start again from compiling the model.
Yes.
And,
Yes. Yeah, that will be a good idea. And then if anybody has errors, we can just help them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming, and see you all on Tuesday at 10:30. Please join on time so that we can start on time and cover everything, whatever we have planned. That day will be a long session because it will have much more information than it has been discussed today. So see you all on Tuesday 10:30. Same link. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.